When did you decide to fight fire with fire? When my apartment complex refused to fix my broken air conditioning for 3 months during the hottest summer on record, I decided to get creative with my lease agreement. It started in early June when temperatures hit 95 degrees and my AC unit started making this horrible grinding noise before completely dying. I immediately submitted a maintenance request through the tenant portal. That night, I recalled my lease. It guarantees essential utilities work, and if repairs exceed 72 hours, management covers reasonable accommodation costs. The next morning, I walked back into the office with my lease and a plan. Diane, since you can't fix my AC within the time frame specified in my lease, I'll be checking into the Marriott down the street until it's repaired. According to Section 14, you'll be covering the cost. Her smile disappeared. That's not what that means. We don't pay for hotels. I slid my lease across her desk with a relevant section highlighted. It says, reasonable accommodation costs. My apartment is uninhabitable. She skimmed the paragraph, frowning. Let me talk to the property owner. I'll get back to you. She never called back. So that evening, I checked into the Marriott. $79 per night plus tax. Absolute heaven with functioning air conditioning. After 3 glorious nights of actual sleep, I returned to my apartment to check if they'd fix the AC. Nope, still 88 degrees inside. I went back to the hotel for another week. When the 1st of August arrived, I paid my rent minus the hotel expenses. $732 deducted from my monthly rent of $1,200. 3 days later, I received a notice on my door. Late rent payment. Pay remaining balance immediately or face eviction proceedings. I walked straight to the office with my hotel receipts, credit card statements, and a copy of Section 14. Diane wasn't there. Instead, I met Brad, the regional manager. I calmly explained the situation. He shook his head. You can't just deduct expenses from your rent without approval. That's not how this works. I pointed to my lease. Actually, it is. I've documented every maintenance request, phone call, and visit to your office. I have the temperature readings from my apartment. I have the hotel receipts, and I have this lease that you wrote, which clearly states you're responsible for these costs. Brad looked uncomfortable. I'll need to review this with our legal team. Fine, I replied. While you're at it, I've been talking with the other 12 tenants in my building who also have broken ACs. They're all checking into hotels tomorrow. We've started a group chat. Brad's face went pale. 12 more tenants at $80 a night would cost them almost $30,000 a month. He cleared his throat. Let me see what I can do. Miraculously, an HVAC specialist arrived at my apartment the very next morning. By afternoon, I had beautiful 68-degree air flowing through my vents. When I returned to the office to discuss the hotel charges, Brad had a settlement agreement ready. They would credit next month's rent entirely and reimburse my hotel stays if I would sign a non-disclosure agreement. I signed. The following week, I noticed maintenance trucks everywhere. Every broken AC in the complex was suddenly being fixed. 3 tenants stopped me in the parking lot to thank me. Apparently, management had been ignoring their requests for months too. Sometimes the only language these companies understand is money. Hit them where it hurts, and suddenly they remember how to provide the services they're legally obligated to deliver. I renewed my lease last month. Funny enough, there's a new section specifically excluding hotel stays as reasonable accommodation, but there's also a new 48-hour repair guarantee with daily rent credits if they miss the deadline. I'm keeping a copy of both leases, just in case.